to Feel Better Eating. This is a whole food plant-based experience that has the intention of educating you about the health benefits of eating plants, inspiring you to try new dishes and
have fun.
Have fun in the kitchen. My name is Joshua, this is Catherine, and today we have a certified banger of a recipe. We're excited to be here, we're grateful to be here. Thank you for everybody in the crowd joining us. Catherine, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Great, thank you. Thank you everyone that came. I'm so excited to share this with you. It's a very nourishing and delicious recipe, and it's become one of my favorites. I have to say that, okay, well, we're making butternut squash soup. Has anyone here ever had butternut squash soup? Yeah? No? Few no's, few yeses. I honestly think I only tried this like a year or two ago for the first time. And ever since I became obsessed with it, and I grew a bunch of butternut squashes in my garden this year. Last year, that's the new year. And so today we're going to be making you one of my favorite soups now. So.
Alright, well let's get into it. We're going to start off with the croutons, so they're going to take time. Catherine, talk to us about this special bread we're going to be eating.
So for the croutons today, we have made croutons before on the show using homemade sourdough, but we wanted to give people an easier option if you wanted to be a bit quicker, if you don't want to make your homemade bread. This is Ezekiel bread, so it's not made with flour, but it's made with sprouted grains, and it's way easier to digest, and it is overall meant to be healthier for you than just any other bread that you buy from the store. And it's a living bread. So when you go to the store, you'll find it in the freezer section instead of on the rack, because it's meant to be kept, safe from not being safe from molding.
Decomposition.
Yeah, decomposition, because it's more of a live bread.
Keep the bread safe.
Whereas like the breads on the shelves, they can go moldy, but they're made to last on the shelves, which can sometimes be troublesome. If you look at the back of bread ingredients, you're always like, what is this? Whereas this one is
sprouted grains.
And it's called Ezekiel bread, and it has Ezekiel 4:9 on it because it's a Bible reference. So it's what they believe that would have been maybe eaten back in.
Look at that.
Yeah, so organic sprouted wheat, and it has a bunch of other sprouted grains in it. Millet. Is it millet? Millet.
It could be millet if you want. Millet.
Barley, lentils, soybeans, spelt. So we really like it.
We really like it. And who doesn't like croutons in soup? Some say that croutons are just the vector for the soup.
Right, exactly. And it's like with a butternut squash soup, you'll see it's just so creamy that you feel like you need something else with it, and this is just the something else that we enjoy.
So I've just gone.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I've just roughly diced this. Doesn't have to be perfect. I like the difference in textures and sizes.
Yeah.
And it means they're going to be different crispiness as well when they're finished, which I always, I like the variants.
Okay, so we're just gonna drizzle some olive oil on the top, and then we'll give it a good mix in a second after we season it.
Yeah. Do you want to get a couple? Oh, you got spoons there. So what are we going to season it with? This is obviously a choice. You don't have to season it at all.
No.
Really, you can just have plain. But what we're going to use today? Italian
seasoning, which is just a blend of marjoram.
I like it when you
marjoram. Rosemary, thyme, savory, sage, oregano, and basil. And some of these spices you're going to find in the soup as well. So it's going to be great. It will complement the soup.
You might, go on, that will sprinkle on well.
And supposedly it's a basic seasoning for croutons when I did my research.
Yeah, pretty basic.
Okay, and we're gonna do some garlic as well.
And pepper or just garlic?
Oh yeah, some garlic and salt and pepper.
There we go. Minced garlic.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to spoon that one out.
Spoon out the pie. It's amazing how that separates like that.
I don't know what, it's a weird one, the minced garlic.
Yeah, that looks good though.
Oh gosh. Just have fun, throw it all around. It's like painting.
Painting with bread.
Painting with bread. Painting with bread. It's like, ooh, get it everywhere. Just try your best. Every crouton will be a little bit different. Oh gosh, I missed there. That was not
so we're going to move that spoon, to mooch that around.
Yeah, yes please.
So, you should probably use your hands here if you wanted, but
yeah,
for the sake of all of you guys, we'll use spoons.
You can try to get that extra black pepper down.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could start a black pepper business with that, right? Could resell that.
We were just talking about before the show how healthy black pepper is.
Yeah, it's really good. Cracked black pepper, very medicinal. Good for your immune system, blood pressure. Yeah, you can't really go wrong, just get it on there. And you can take black pepper as a supplement as well, just a really condensed form. Has a lot of health benefits in.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah, it
Have I
was
missed
just
a spot?
It was a bit top
There we
heavy
go.
there.
Alright, easy. So we're going to bang this in the oven for how long, Catherine?
I don't know. We'll see.
10-15.
10-15 minutes. We'll see, and then it'll be crispy.
Would mushroom powder be good on that or no?
Sure.
Could be.
Why not? It'd be worth a test, right? I honestly would just test anything. Just try it, see what happens.
Where's the lid for this?
Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of those crumbs there. So I'm just going to change the chopping board because.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to cut an onion on that.
Okay. Well, you can just put it in the compost, right?
Yeah, I'll just do that. Look at that. Clean.
He's so prepared.
So now that's in, we're going to move on to the soup. And obviously the main event of the evening. Should we start there or should we start with the onions? It's up to you.
Well, it would be better to start with the
All right.
onions because we have to get them to cook. So what we want to do is we want to add onion and garlic and let it cook on as slow as you can cook it in your pot. Some people caramelize onions for like over an hour, like
What,
chefs.
For this recipe specifically? Or?
You don't have to do it for this recipe specifically, but I was watching a video on how to make a certain potato dish, and this chef marinated and caramelized his onions for over an hour. And they were just so soft and sweet. It was beautiful. But not everyone has the time for that unless you get the soup started really early. Like, I know what I want to eat for dinner, and so then I can start it by lunch.
So you would do the caramelized in this?
I think that it would add a different flavor to it.
I'd be up for trying.
And I don't think we would have time to caramelize them that much now. Oh no.
First tears of the year, that is.
First onion tears of the year.
It's not good, is it? That I haven't even started chopping them and I'm already crying.
Do you have a compost bowl ready?
Yeah, it's under the white one.
I don't see anything. There's nothing there. We'll just put it in the
Just bang it in there. Man, that's crazy. What are you putting in these onions?
Our compost is a magical place, so we like to add to it when we can.
Yeah, have we told them about the avocado trees?
I don't know if we did it on camera or off camera, but we accidentally grew 70 avocado trees this year. So we don't know if they'll survive the winter, but
If they do, we'll sell them.
yeah, if we do, we're very excited to share them. Sell them. I was gonna just share them for free.
We'll share them.
So it's good to evenly chop your onions for this recipe because what we're going to do is we're going to put them in there and we want them to evenly cook, and then after they evenly cook with the garlic and the butternut, we're going to immersion blend it all, and that's how you're going to get it smooth and creamy. But we want the taste of fresh onion in there instead of just using an onion powder, so that's why you have to cook down the onion.
That's why you have
now
to
my eyes are going.
Oh, it's all that now.
Lord.
What do you want it on? I'm just going to have to get a tissue for my eyes here. I can't bleed.
That was a very healthy onion. It's got our eyes watering.
Got my nose running out of it.
Some people say if you freeze your onions,
Never had an onion
No,
like
no.
that, though.
They also say keep a damp paper towel by it.
Yeah.
I don't know the truth.
The easiest way is to get somebody
or
else
keep
to do
them in
it.
a bowl of water.
Yeah.
So, you guys know me, I'm not overly like oil your onions before you cook them, because onions have so much juice in them. I always just cover it. I forgot the lid. Going back here now.
This is garlic, yeah. Go on.
That's gonna cook right up. So we're just gonna cook these until they're like translucent and soft.
Which won't take long.
No.
That thing's fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
But do you want to talk? I can just cut this up. Do you want to talk to us more about garlic? We've only had it on the show, what, like 37 times.
30 million times.
Tell us, remind us.
Well, can you guys remember what health benefits are for onion and garlic? Anyone?
Keeps people away.
It definitely keeps people
Keeps
away.
people away. Good distancing. Good. Well, as you can see, how it makes our eyes run and our nose run. It's good for the onions are good for our respiratory health, and so garlic is good for your immune self. Yeah, as well. So
Do you want these diced or chopped? Okay, it's
just rough it.
the roughneck made.
Because when you're immersion blending everything, it just kind of doesn't really matter how precise everything is. The only reason we cut it evenly is so it cooks evenly. That's my viewpoint on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nice some extra seconds.
So, it's mostly a fall soup, butternut squash soup. And it makes sense when you have the onion and garlic in it, yes, for flavoring, but also for the health benefits that it provides for this time of year where we need extra boosting of our immune system and respiratory health.
There you go. Oh. Get that out of there. Open her up.
Oh, wow.
Woo!
See, there we go.
This thing cooks so fast. It's actually very impressive. For a little unit, it really... Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, it's already brown.
Caramelized.
Oh, my eyes.
It's getting you again.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm not convinced on that. Got garlic everywhere. Oh, comes the oil.
A yellow onion and white onion is what we suggest for this, because the red onion, I think, will just make the soup a weird color.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cooking down. Lovely, lovely. So now we can prepare the star of the show. The butternut squash.
Oh, it doesn't look very well. What's happened to that?
We cooked it.
We cooked this ahead of
Oh,
time.
my eyes. So we thought that we ordered a butternut squash, but we actually accidentally ordered an acorn squash. So that's not the same. So we wanted to be able to show you the butternut squash. Some people know what it looks like, maybe some people don't. But when you put it together,
Butternut jigsaw.
it looks like that. It's massive, right? So there's a few ways to cook butternut squash. Either in the oven, where you like chop it up, take the seeds out, and then you can penetrate the skin and roast it for like 30 minutes, and that will cook it. But we just put ours in the pressure cooker for 20 minutes, and it cooks it so soft, so fast, it's just remarkable. So we pressure cooked this one this morning for 20 minutes, and then we brought it here to see you. So all you have to do is, the skin is actually peels away really easily.
Does it?
It usually does.
It's been sat, hasn't it? That's why. When these come out hot, it comes off a lot easier, but when they've sat for a little bit, it'll come off. So talk to us, Catherine, about the history of butternut squash.
Okay, so the color reveals some of the history of the butternut squash. It's actually one of the most recent squashes, and it was developed in the 1940s. So the butternut squash, as this one exists now, is only 80 years old,
Which
is
crazy.
really crazy to think about. And it was made by a man named Charles Leggett in Massachusetts, and he bred together a pumpkin and a gooseneck squash.
Yep.
And he made the butternut squash.
Which makes sense, doesn't it? If you look at that shape before, it's like a goose's neck.
It looks like a gooseneck, and the orange color is just like a pumpkin.
Yeah, and when you open it up inside, it's got so many seeds. How many did we grow last year?
I think we only...
Like 12 or something? 10?
I think
12?
we've only got like 6 squashes.
Really?
They
Have you
were
ever seen these grow?
Yeah.
Butternut squash? It's pretty incredible. Ours started in, the garden bed, and then after probably like 2 months, its tendrils have grown, 20 feet away?
They're so abundant.
16, 20 feet away.
Massive. They just
massive.
take over. It's
And they
incredible.
just drop on these every 3-4 feet. It's real cool. And inside you get like hundreds of seeds.
Hundreds. If you want butternut squash seeds, I can give you 100 of them.
we've got loads of them.
How big are the seeds?
There's one right. There was just one. I just got rid of it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Just like a regular squash-sized seed, almost like an orange seed.
Yeah.
But there's hundreds in there, and from each seed, obviously, you can grow hundreds. So it's all squash are like that, though. Same as
Yeah.
if you ever
You go first.
If you ever watch the pumpkin fields, how they grow that to reseed for the next year, they just leave like 300 pumpkins on the ground. They'll decompose and grow back, and it just repeats. So the squash family are very easy to grow, and there's no risk of running the gene pool down. They just can continually replicate, which is real cool.
Yeah.
So always good to have some butternut squash seeds on hand, isn't it?
In the past 80 years where this squash has been invented, it's become the most popular squash in the Americas. It's the number one desired squash, and it's inspired other people that crossbreed. Do you guys know what I mean when I say crossbreed? Where it's like when it's flowering and you put a little bit of pumpkin flour with gooseneck. I don't know what the gooseneck squash is like at all. I've not heard of that one, but it was so inspiring how delicious this squash was and how easy it was to cook that other people made other varieties of butternut squashes.
Why is it called butternut squash?
Because it's soft like butter and sweet as a nut.
Allegedly.
I think it is.
No, that's allegedly why it's called butternut squash.
It is very sweet though.
This is so different to if you take this out of the pressure cooker, the skin will literally just fall straight off. I don't know whether it's because it's been sat, but this has actually turned into a minor fiasco here, just chopping this away.
It's okay.
But this is really what it's like, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
If
you have a Labradors like butternut squash.
Oh yeah.
It's good for Labradors. It's good for our health as well. The orange color is associated with beta carotene, like in carrots. So it's good for your eyes, your eye health. It's got vitamin A in it, vitamin C, and it's also really high in fiber, so it's good for digestion. A lot of people suggest to use butternut squash in substitution for like regular white potatoes or something when you're cooking, because it's really filling, it's really healthy, and it's honestly, it could be used for desserts, you know, like how people make sweet potato desserts. Butternut squash is kind of the same thing because it's so sweet and so soft. It can be used to make desserts as well.
Yeah.
So let's check on the croutons.
Yeah, have a little check on that.
It smells good in here.
Yeah, it does smell good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like
Those are basically done.
Really?
Yeah.
Easy peasy. How long was that in there for? 11 minutes?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. It's only toast, isn't it?
I put it on a higher temperature because I wanted to make sure
Make sure it cooks.
it's eating better.
I mean, you could just eat the bread by itself. Right, we'll get rid of that. And this has turned into a right messy one, this. We won't pass that sushi thing, would we? We failed on that. Right, bang that in
we watched
there.
a movie about a Latino woman who wanted to become a sushi chef. I don't know if it was a true story, I don't think so, but sushi chefs, that's a tongue twister, that, are judged on their clean workstation. Do you think that we would get that?
9.
Every single time, this is what happens to us.
This is like a 9 for us.
Okay, so now that we've got that all peeled away, it's basically cooked. So all you have to do is add it to the onions and garlic mixture that's browned up real nice.
Oh, that's nice though. It's a beautiful colour, isn't it, really?
I love the color of it.
I mean, that's
It's just so nourishing
magic.
looking.
That.
Oh, I need this
You need
on
the
the spoon. So we're just gonna mash it up a bit more.
I'll get rid of some of this. This is ridiculous.
So for those that have tried it before, have you cooked it before? Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy used to have I had a machine, and I could just put it in the blender. I can't think of that guy's name. Montel Williams. I had his machine,
Okay.
and you could just put the vegetables in the machine and grind it up, and it would even get hot.
Oh,
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
sounds
cool.
useful.
What's the guy's name?
Montel Williams.
That sounds familiar.
He had got a disease. He used to be have a talk show, and then he got some kind of disease, MS, and then he started. He invented that
MS is
machine and
tough.
started making and I bought that machine. I loved it, but something happened to it, and I couldn't fix it, so I gave it to a guy that I thought could fix it.
That's
And
nice.
he fixed it. No, he was the one who did it. Yeah, he fixed it.
Now he makes butternut squash soup on shows. Imagine if we just put, yeah, anyway. Right, so that's mashed down. What we're going to add to it next?
So now we're gonna season it. So the seasonings, like I said, are gonna mimic Italian seasoning, and so you can grow these fresh and harvest them fresh, or we just have them available now. But we're gonna use some sage, which is a very historical and special herb.
I always think that looks like what comes out of the vacuum. You know, when you empty the vacuum bag.
It does look a
does
little
look
like
like that.
vacuuming, doesn't it?
Vacuum dust.
It says a whole tablespoon.
Go on.
Alright.
Believe in it. You can never have too much of that, man. What else do you want? Ginger or rosemary?
My one friend, when she makes butternut squash soup, she has the whole sage leaves and she fries them.
Oh yeah, that's a good deal. That.
And then they become
Like
crunchy
crispy,
and
yeah,
crispy,
that's
and
good,
she
that
uses
is.
them as like a garnish at the end.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
we're just putting it straight in.
Are we putting ginger in? That's interesting. Why are we putting ginger in?
That's just what the recipe suggested, but it's also just
Get
a
it in.
warm and healthy herb.
Antimicrobial as
Yeah.
well as ginger. So as you can see, a lot of superfoods are going into this, so it's going to make you feel real good. And then last one, rosemary. More rosemary?
We're gonna have rosemary. Yeah.
Easy. Oh, more black pepper, get that in
Yeah.
there. Couldn't sneak that in without mentioning it. Rosemary.
So half a
Easy.
tablespoon. So I think I'll just do 2 teaspoons. That's basically half. a
Basically the
tablespoon.
same. Isn't it?
And then we need some sea salt.
Sea salt.
So those were all like very warm herbs that go in there. Yeah, they're some of my favorite, really. So this is just clearing out to be a right slop right now, but
Well, it is a soup.
soon enough it'll be creamy and beautiful. So you basically just cook down the herbs till you can smell them, and I can already smell them. So then we're gonna add vegetable broth.
You need
Just
to
start
cook
to
thing
cook
right.
it down. I put it right here.
Pivot.
So we'll do,
3 cups.
yeah, maybe we'll start with 2.
Start with 2 and see how it looks. Lovely. Oh, the old slow pull.
Going as fast as I can.
Right, I'll put that in there. Yeah, that looks about right. We can always add more. And then we're going to be adding coconut cream for creaminess.
We'll just get this backed up to a boil.
Yeah, get that up to a boil. And why else are we going to add coconut, Catherine?
Because it has so much health benefits.
Like?
It's good for digestion as well,
Yep,
and brain health,
yep.
and I just like the taste. I think it adds a sweet taste, and that complements the sweet of the butternut,
Yep,
in my opinion.
it does, yeah. It's nice.
Without,
I like
like,
the
making it-
thickness.
Yeah, the thickness of
Thick
it.
and creamy.
Because you don't necessarily have to add the cream, but I just like it, and I feel like it lightens the color of the
Yeah,
soup
it does.
as well.
And if you don't want to put it in the base, sometimes we just put it on top as well. You can do both
Yeah.
really if you want extra. Depends how much you like the taste of coconut. Did you say you have the 1 cup measurement?
No, I only got that out. So that's already boiling.
Coconut cream would probably be healthier than that heavy cream.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Probably. And it is heavier, that's for sure.
It's definitely heavier. I mean, look how thick that is. Woo! Imagine if I just dropped that. Been practicing that one all year.
Minus more points on the clean counter.
This will probably be the whole can.
I don't think
It's
so.
going to be close.
How many ounces is it?
2 cups.
It's 13.66 ounces, so
What's that in cups?
8 ounces is a cup.
Oh, so it's not going to be far off.
No, you just didn't mix
I
it,
know,
so
I know,
then all
'cause
the
the-
weird stuff's at the bottom now.
Get that in there. The weird stuff. The
Yeah, you know how
water.
like it separates?
Yeah.
The water. Whatever.
Get that in there. Little love tap on that, look. Put this over here.
Wow, looking great. Look at that.
Easy. Easy. I think making soup this way is easy. I used to think soup was really difficult to make for some reason. I don't know why. adopted that belief, but as you can see, it's very easy. It's just take stuff from here and put it in there.
And it's so fast too. Like the butternut squash took 20 minutes in the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
And then we've been here for like
20 minutes talking about Charles Leggett and crossbreeding gooseneck squashes in Massachusetts.
Yeah. So obviously this is already turning out to be very goopy. I don't know what this would, I mean, it probably would taste fine as it is, but I just love the smooth
Yeah, you
soup,
can't be having that. That's slop, that is.
That is slop, pure slop.
So I'm just going to bang this in.
So this is our trusty immersion blender, and we're just going to blend in until smooth. I think you got all of them.
Woo!
I highly recommend the immersion blender because if you make all that soup and then have to put it in your blender, then you're making another thing dirty, and it's honestly so annoying.
Yeah.
This is like a super easy investment, and it's so
And
effective.
you don't lose anything.
Yeah, look how goopy that is now. Perfect.
Easy. Right, I'll get rid of that.
So, depending on what consistency you want, you could add more cream or you could add more broth. I'm gonna taste it. Tastes good. It's like you can still really taste the butternut, but the seasonings are coming through, so that's gonna be really nice with the croutons.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Spoon for serving.
Elaine.
A ladle.
I do. Look at that.
The croutons.
And the best thing about soup is it feeds lots of people, and it's easy to store.
Yeah, that's a big bowl of soup, that.
Ah, well, it's for the camera, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's the croutons that we made earlier. And we'll probably...
Look how crispy they are. I don't know how to garnish with croutons. You like I usually just pour it over the side, but what looks more aesthetic? Maybe putting it to the side.
You can't see it.
Oh, you can't see anything the whole time?
No.
Really?
The whole time.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Damn.
There's the soup. Sam. Alright, well, do you guys see it now?
Yeah.
Take a
Okay.
bit of this.
Ooh.
And then the question is, are you having croutons with soup or soup with croutons?
Or soup with black pepper. Oh, that looks great. That looks cute.
You'll need to tilt that.
I
Tilt.
do?
Yeah, tilt. And then slide it out the bowl and put it on the floor.
Yeah.
Why do you want to fight me? We don't need to fight. It's fine.
Alright, there we go.
My eyes are still burning from the onion.
Yeah,
I don't even know how that's possible.
We've been through it today. Look at that. Bang that over there. Well, easy peasy, I think. We make this a pretty good frequency, not just butternut squash. It's obviously soup season. As it gets colder, the more soup you eat, I think the better life gets because it keeps you warmer for longer.
And the broth is healthier. The broth, when you add broth in it,
Yeah.
it holds all the
Especially if you make
nutrients.
your own broth, which we didn't, but...
Yeah, when you make a one-pot banger and everything's in the pot, all the nutrients stay in the pot
Yeah.
and then into your mouth, which is just what
And
we
then-
all need right now.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Delicious.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, I'm excited for you guys to try it. I appreciate you all being here. Catherine, any final remarks?
I hope we showed you how fun and easy it could be to make butternut squash and croutons, and I hope you get to try it at home soon.
And this menu will be a recipe on our website with the... This recipe will be available on our website as always.
Yeah.
You can check it out there, adapt it as you need, and we encourage you to go and try it. Thank you very much for being here. Much love, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Thanks. Okay.
Thank you to all of our show sponsors and supporters who make this show possible. The Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte, Grace Learning Centre, Citizens Concerned for the Homeless, and ALCO, Access LaPorte County. We appreciate all of your support.